No, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah, wa alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. I congratulate myself and everyone listening to me on occasion of the appearance of Hilal Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability and the required iman and steadfastness to be able to harvest a lot of blessings in this glorious month. Ameen. And may Allah make us to witness the end of it and make us to witness more of it in life. Ameen. Regarding the question of إثبات رؤية الهلال بالرصد الفلكي, the validity of announcing the advent of Ramadan with using forecast. This is an issue that scholars have always differed about. But then, you see, there's what we call fiqh al-hal, the jurisprudence of contemporary reality. Many times you see that some scholars will say certain things, after 40, 50 years, they will come back to the reality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given humans knowledge of science. And when scientists or astronomers or a particular group of professionals, when they all say something about a particular matter, and they all have the same answer to a particular matter, that thing has become a reference. And it has become a fact, a science. They call it ilm. It has become a knowledge. And Quran and Islam asserts that we should respect that. That's why the Quran will say, ask the experts whatever you don't know. In another verse, when he was talking about Allah, was talking about the skies, the mountains, the galaxies, he now said, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. The knowledgeable people. It is in the same verse he's talking about the cosmos. That is the only verse in the whole of the Quran where Allah mentioned the word al-ulama, the knowledgeable people. He did not mention that word when he was talking about the knowledge of the deen. They are ulama too. In fact, they are the best of ulama. But he deliberately mentioned the word ulama, that those who fear Allah the most are those who have researched into the creations of Allah. So they will see mighty things, they will see miraculous things that will make them to discover the magnificence and the omnipotence of the person who has done all this, the spirit who has done all this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Islam also has certain grand norm. It's a grand norm that Islam wants us to unite. It's a basic thing Islam wants. Many adillah in the Quran and Sunnah talks about that. Islam wants things that will make the religion easy for us. That's why even during the time of Rasulullah, Rasulullah taught his Sahaba to do certain adhkar using their finger. And later some Sahaba used their own knowledge to create a simple way of counting the adhkar. If they want to do a lot of adhkar and they think using the finger will make it cumbersome, they have created some counts. Some of them use stones. Some of them use the seed of date. Some of them use a rope that has been tied at the middle with some dots there, like what later turned to rosary. Like now we now have electronic rosary. The scholars wrote books about that. Imam Suyuti, even Sheikh Ibn Usaymin wrote that, okay, the Sahaba did things during the time of Rasul to ease the religion for themselves, because they have not actually edited anything in what Rasul asked them to do, but they've brought a way of doing it easier. And Rasul did not condemn that. He saw his wife, Sophia, using the what we can call rosary today. Abu Hurairah has his own. The same thing, Jibril alayhi salam came down to teach Rasul the time of Salah. You have to observe Zuhr, so time when the sun has left the epicenter, Zawal. Observe Asri when the shadow is twice your length, the length of an object. Observe Maghrib at the sunset. Even though that is valid. But now we use forecast to calculate Salah. Because sometimes there may be cloud. We don't even see the sun, talk less of measuring our shadow. But there is a knowledge today that can count the time of Zuhr prayer from now till 1,000 years. So they will tell you that the time of Zuhr in every location. And it will be accurate. It is a calculation. So and you see that is the time of Zuhr. If you want to measure your shadow, you will see that it is accurate together with the timing that the astronomers have forecast. So it's not like we are not respecting the hadith of Jibril that taught us time of Salah. But now there's something that can make it easier for us to discover time of Salah. When we want to observe Salah, part of the shurut to say her is that we should face Qibla. To face Qibla is something Rasulullah taught us. And he asked us to find a way of facing the Qibla. But he said when we get to a place we don't even know Qibla, we don't have anybody to ask. Wherever you face, Allah will accept it. And then now there is a machine that you can just use your phone to get the Qibla. Now if you say, okay, I just want to, is either I know the Qibla by myself or I'll just face anywhere. The religion will tell you you are like fooling yourself. You have something that can make it easier for you to look for the Qibla. These things, so the fact that something is not available at the time of a Rasul does not turn into automatically haram. When that thing goes in line with certain grand norm of the religion, that is, it unifies us. Two, it makes something easy for us, something the religion wants us to do, it now makes us to be able to do it easier. Now, the tradition of this religion requires that we should see the Hilal before we start fasting. That's an assignment for us. But then, there was nothing the Sahaba and Rasulullah and his Sahaba could use to find Hilal except seeing it. Now, right now, there is forecast. Easily. For the past decade, I've been doing forecast of Ramadan by myself. I told someone around October 12 or 11 that, okay, we are going to start Ramadan, inshallah, March 1, 2025. So, it's like that. It is very easy to calculate. Just to know the time the new moon is born, the astronomical moon. Then you add 15-20 hours, you get any country that comes, that their Maghrib comes after that 20 hours. They will see the Hilal. Those who their Maghrib comes 17-18 hours, they will see it by lens. Those who their Maghrib comes 20-something hours after that, they will see it very clearly. So, there is nothing ambiguous about that. There is visibility map all around the website. So, as I speak to you, scholars, contemporary scholars, even from the medieval scholars, Imam Subki, among the contemporary scholars, Imam Muhammad Shakir, Al-Azari, Al-Allama, they wrote books, Sheikh Rizal Qaldawi, they wrote books to tell us that we can use forecasts to determine the time of Hilal. But we are not going to rubbish the tradition. We are still going to see, we're going to bring out machines and try to see the Hilal. If we cannot see it, then forecast will help us. This is how the forecast is helping us in the Ummah. Now, as I speak to you, in around 5 p.m. Nigerian time, when the Saudis were in their Maghrib time today, the Saudis will tell you we have sighted the Hilal. Sultan will tell you we have sighted the Hilal. At that time, there is no one in the world that could have seen the Hilal with naked eyes. The Hilal was born 0045 GMT. So at 20 hours, he is still not ripe for seeing. But they know surely that very soon, as we are speaking now, some countries whose Maghrib are just coming in now, like the North Americans, they are going to see Hilal fresh. Because on the visibility map, it is color green for them. They will see it naked. And they will televise it, the whole world will see. Now, if some of our brothers in the same ummah, they are going to see Hilal some few hours to this time. Now, we in Nigeria, we said because we did not see it naked eyes. And Focus told us that some people will see it very soon. Why will we now say, okay, because we cannot see Hilal, okay, our people go and sleep, we'll start Ramadan on Sunday? When there is a knowledge that has ascertained it for us, that has made us know that some of our brothers will see it very soon with their naked eyes. And that has been repeated again and again. That is why, since the time Saudi appointed Al-Muhandis Rؤية, a great astronomer and engineer, Sheikh Abdullahi Al-Khudairi, around that time we have appointed this very wonderful Sultan of Sokoto, Sheikh Saad Abu Bakr III. You will see that Nigeria, Saudi, our announcement has been going very smoothly. And many countries in the world. Civilization, technological civilization has brought the Ummah together. Only few people in the far American islands, in the Hawaii Islands, those who are 13 hours away from the GMT, those who, there is no way you can bring them together with the whole world. They are always in another day. It is only those ones that we have to be fasting, is either ahead of all of us or before all of us. But 99% of the whole world right now, we can easily fast together, because if the distance of your country on the Greenwich lines is no more than 11 hours from one another, it does not enter 12 hours. That means we can still be in the same day. That means we can still fast together. And that does not mean we are rubbishing the tradition of go and see it with your naked eyes. Because according to Imam Subki and according to Al-Allama Ahmad Shakir, we are still going to see that some people have seen it. Because in the hadith that people want to be using, hadith of Sahabi, a great Sahabi, Ibn Abbas, when he saw one Sahabi coming from Sham, he said, when did you see your Hilal? He said, we saw it on Friday night. Ibn Abbas said, we saw it on Saturday night. He now said, okay, we were going to fast 30 here in Medina. You have seen it earlier. Your own Ramadan can be 29 if the Hilal comes out. So he did not accept the news of Hilal from Sham. Why? They have already started fasting. They have seen their own on Saturday, they have started fasting. He was just asking about their own to discover that, okay, which country will stop fasting first? Probably. Even the hadith that talks about sumu li ru'yatikum, sumu li ru'yatihi, the hadith I read just now, hadith of Ibn Abbas, is what the scholars used to conclude that, okay, likulli baladin ru'ya, every town has their own sighting. That is when there was no technology that can unify the sighting. Rasulullah gave us a lot of instances to let us know that when there is something that can make something easy, we don't have to dwell, we don't have to be too fundamental or conservative on the particular thing that Rasulullah has said. Because the same Rasulullah has told us the importance of knowledge, the importance of making findings, the importance of making something easy in many hadiths, in many verses of the Quran. So now we have an immense opportunity. Then there's an hadith in Jami' Tirmidhi. Rasulullah said, "As-sawmu yawma tasumun, wal iftaru yawma tafturun, wal hadha yawma tudhaun." The scholar said the meaning of this hadith is that we have to fast with every other person in the ummah as much as we can. Because Rasulullah said, fasting is when you all fast. And iftar is when you all you break your iftar. And adha, killing for Ilayah, is when you all do it. That is, Rasulullah is unifying. Because you cannot tell me that Al-Hadiyah too, we should start doing it differently. If you say, okay, fasting and iftar, Rasulullah is talking about Al-Sawmu Yawma Tasumun, he's talking about a particular town. Al-Iftar Yawma Tufturun, he's talking about you guys in a particular town. What of Al-Hadiyah Yawma Tudhaun? Adha too is when the whole world is, because there's no way we can do Adha separately. We have to do the same Arafah. That shows that even that hadith that I read just now gives us a hint that we can use knowledge to manage the situation such that we are going to be having unified, sort of, at least for larger percentage of the women in the world, we're going to be having unified Rؤية, unified iftar. Only some country that have they are mufti in their particular country, they have remained conservative, and the world is leaving them behind, like Pakistan, like Sri Lanka. I know the mufti of Pakistan will never start fasting if he did not see it by himself. That's how he is doing. Whenever they change another mufti, he too will cooperate with what is going on in the world. There is nobody in the world that will not later cooperate with this forecast, because even our sultan, even our shuyukh in Saudi, it is this focus that they are using to make things easy. They just tell you that we have cited it. We have started it in Sokoto. We cited it in Borno. Most of the time, they did not cite it with naked eyes, but they have to announce that they have cited it so that we have that belief that yes, they have cited it, and that citing that they said is correct, because in the book of Asuki and Al-Allama Ahmad Shakir, they said citing Rؤية is of two types: a Rؤية bil-ayn and a Rؤية بالرصد. When you cite something with your eyes, it's the same thing as when you cite it with a very direct calculation that the whole astronomer in the world, all of them, they are saying the same thing. The whole astronomer in the world said the new moon was born today, 00.45 GMT. It's a massive consensus of a particular professionals in the world. Allah will not make all the Muslim astronomers, professors of astronomy in the whole Muslim world, to make a mistake. Rasulullah said, "Lan tajma ummati ala dalal." My ummah, my people, my nation, they will not form a consensus upon something. Then that thing will be a mistake. Allah has helped the ummah beyond all of that. He has blessed this ummah beyond all of that. So we don't have to be stressing ourselves. The scholars have managed this thing. We're going to be using the forecast to guide ourselves. But we're still going to be observing the tradition of go and see it with your naked eyes. Because some of our brothers in somewhere in the world, they will observe that tradition for all of us. And then when they have seen it, we all have to respect that, and we all have to follow that. And if we know they're going to see it very soon, we all have to wait for them. We don't have to declare the second day. No. We don't have to declare Sunday. No. We all have to know that, okay, we all fast together on Saturday, because what will be the essence of when we now sleep now, by 3 a.m., when it's time of Sahur, we are still not in the Fajr. When Imsak, to abstain from eating, we start. We are still within the night time. Then our brothers in North America, probably in USA, California, and co., they have seen it. They even televise it. We are looking at them. Then, okay, we'll now wake up on Saturday. We'll now start eating. Like, okay, because we did not see it on Friday evening, we'll start eating on Saturday. When a direct news has reached us. I used to watch it every year. These North American people, when it is their own turn to see it, sometimes it will be the other way around. It will be those of us from the Eastern Hemisphere down to Saudi, down to Nigeria. It will be some of us that it will be us that will see it first. The equator is on the Equatorial Guinea, Ghana, blah blah blah. From that place, going back to the Western Hemisphere, to Senegal, to South America, some of them, they will see it first. So whoever see it first, focus will tell us that, okay, our brothers somewhere in the world will see it. We have to unify that, because it will be like we are wasting a knowledge Allah has given to us when we decide to start eating on Saturday, and we know some of our brothers have seen this thing, we see this thing before we wake up on Saturday. So what is the essence of the knowledge? So the scholars have done a lot of research on this thing. There are books, maybe I'll send some to this platform. They have cleared this thing. We don't have to stress ourselves. Let us always follow the announcement of our Sultan. He has a lot of professors of Islamic studies guiding him. Even if he is not a professor of Islamic studies, these scholars will not guide us into what is not right. So whoever thinks, okay, me, I want to go tradition, I want to be doing my own separately, such person are the people that will be constituting crisis in the Muslim Ummah. Because this Muslim Ummah, the majority will not go into the land. That is the blessing. The majority will not go into the land. So whoever is doing shuruz, I want to stay alone, that is the person that may likely go into the land. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not make us go into the land. And the majority of contemporary scholars right now, their position is what I'm citing for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to give us the understanding of his religion and accept our ibadat. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.